Earlier today, me and my coworkers were talking about the military and how we all thought that it's kind of a stupid choice to sign up and register right now because there's nothing worth fighting for. You know what I mean? We're not fighting for resources. We're not fighting for glory or for like liberation or freedom. The wars happening in the world right now are purely just egotistical fucking maniacs who somehow have risen to power and want to just, I don't know, impose that power. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing there's no there's no there's no good guys anymore. There's no Nazis to fight against. There's nothing to rally behind. There's it's just pieces of shit, you know? And it really made me think how how selfish people have to be nowadays because of the world we live in now. I was thinking about this as well because I saw a TikTok talking about how rent in apartments is kind of fucked up. He was telling how his rent was going up maybe 150 for the next year, and he asks why. The response is that the market is more competitive or something, right? And then he looks online, he does his research, and not only is the market not as competitive as his landlords are saying, but there's also cheaper alternatives for newer tenants. And he was very frustrated about that. And it really just made me think about how the selfishness and the greed of, I don't know, I don't even want to say the elites. Literally just anyone with a leg in the game, anyone with any sort of footing that has stability inherently will like in like they will just have greed. They will inhibit those traits in order to sustain themselves and leave everyone else in the dust. It like because landlords aren't elite. They're like you and I. They just have property under their name. So they're able to utilize that property and and they and more often than not they end up milking the fucking tenants dry. My point is, the world we live in now, it favors those who only look out for themselves. It favors those who do not care about the well-being of those around them. It benefits those who are, I guess, are willing to shed all bits of humanity and only look for profit, only look for statistical increases, right? And that's not a world I really care for. You know, that's not a world that I'm gonna put my life on the line for. That makes no fucking sense. Even now, my friend is in the military, and he tells me about this and that, and how he's treated unfairly, or how people in his department and his company are either rude, or they're awful people, or they're mistreated, or this or that. And it makes me think, I'm like, why are you there? Why are you putting your life on the line for people who see you as a fucking, like, as a number in a data sheet? You know what I mean? They don't. This is ridiculous. And honestly, the only concept in my head, right, to fix this, I don't even want to say societal issue, just fucking humanitarian issue, because it's all around the world, right? The only way I see fixing this is just a hard reset. And by that I mean just murdering people. But obviously that's a bit extreme, right? But is it though? You see, what I'm trying to get at is that the inherence of greed, right? The inherence of wanting to just be at the top no matter what and push and using others as stepping stones instead of pulling them up with you, using them as steps to climb on instead of everyone moves up. That is always going to be a part of human nature, I feel. especially right now with how scarce everything is, how bleak the world is looking. It's something that I think you can't really resolve with just meetings or with, I don't know, you can't talk this out because people will always want to have ulterior motives and they're always going to be wanting to look out for their own self-interest. And to me, the only thing is just fucking kill these people, right? Because there's always going to be people who are good, and there's always going to be people who are bad. And I use good and bad in terms of good is wanting to advance society forward in a fair way, and bad as in capitalist elites who only serve profit margins, right? There's always going to be these people. Why are we not just killing these guys? You know, whenever I see politicians on the news and they're all like Pete Hegseth fucking leaking a second round of confidential shit. Why are we not just killing this guy? You know what I mean? Why are we not just what are we doing? Why are we allowing these people to be evil and also in power? They're not bulletproof. They're not nuke proof. My point here today, guys, really is that you shouldn't on a personal level, you should always be trying to help people and always be trying to not be a selfish asshole. But in the grand scheme of your life, and let's say you're living 80 years, in the grand scheme of your life, you're going to want to be selfish and make selfish plays a majority of that time. Do selfish plays mean raising rent on people for no fucking reason? No. Does being selfish mean undervaluing and underpaying your employees in order to maybe boost profit margins? No. That means maybe, I don't know, maybe not going to someone's birthday party because you need a personal day. That's what I'm talking about, like selfish needs, not those that undercut people and undervalue your fellow citizens. We're all human at the end of the day. We're all trying to just get through our lives. There's no need to worsen someone's quality of living for the chance to better yours. You know? With that all being said, my murder idea is still really cool in my head. I might write a book about that one day. Thank you.